What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another video. Today I want to talk about this online tournament that I entered, and let's just say that when I went into the tournament, I expected to get I was hoping to get 2 wins, and if you saw the post I made yesterday, you of course will note that I made it all the way to top 4. I'm very proud of that. I'm very happy to see that I could make it. I thought I could play it that well, even though I feel like my team wasn't that great. We'll just go over the team, and then we'll look into the different rounds. This might be a 2-part video, because there's 8 rounds and a lot of replays. So yeah, we'll go over the team first. I am running Calyrex, Ice Rider, and Miraidon. We got standard Calyrex Rider with a bit of speed, because I don't really use Trick Room that much, so like I want to have a bit more speed so I can outspeed other Calyrexes, but not much that I have to sacrifice it. We have standard Miraidon maximum speed, since I want to outspeed other Miraidons that are modest. Yeah, that are very pretty standard. Iron Hands here with Heavy Slam, Fake Out, Wild Charge, and Low Kick. Also pretty standard set. I don't have Drain Punch, I got Wild Charge since I like it better. Terra Bug for the Summer Center, and yeah, pretty standard. Also, this is also pretty standard EV spread. Next we got Incineroar, standard. Citrus Berry, since I felt that was useful. Standard spread and standard type. This is the Incineroar is really good because now we have double Fake Out and ahead with Calyrex. Got Urshifu Dark for more. Help against Calyrex, standard spread, standard move. You know it, you love it. We're gonna have Scarf Landorus because I want it to be faster than Calyrex. So right, as you can see, I have many tools against it, but of course it is also one of the most used. I mean, it is easily the most used restricted of them all. Standard here, Terra Water. I kinda wish I had Terra Poison, since I didn't face a single Kyogre or Urshifu Rapid Strike. I definitely had scenarios where Terra Poison would have been better, but yeah. Let's get into the very first round. In round 1, I played a Miraidon Calyrex Ice team. Now, at this point, I'd already played some games before the tournament. I've actually lost to a Calyrex, Miraidon. Was it Calyrex Shadow Rider, or was it Summer Center team? I don't remember, but it was all the same Pokemon beside Calyrex, so I actually had a bit of experience and I had an idea. I also utilized writing down things on my notebook, so that helped a lot. So let's go into the very first game. This is also the first time I'm reviewing these games since last night, or when I played the event. So we lead Miraidon and Landorus because they're probably Tailwind things, so I want to get the damage on them as fast as possible. So they lead with Calyrex and Whimsicott. Now, my first thought here is that, okay, if they're leading with this, that means they have to be maximum speed on their Calyrex. So what I do is that I U-turn with Landorus, and I'm still faster even if they Tailwind, and then I switch in Miraidon into Incineroar. I got Incineroar and Calyrex in the back as good defensive backbones, and I'm very sure they're maximum speed. And I switch out, get an Incineroar here, and they go for Tailwind, and I U-turn. I am 100% sure they were maximum speed, because else this play literally doesn't make any sense, and you could just loot your Calyrex. I take not that much damage, and honestly a pretty good turn. So now they switch out Whimsicott because in danger. I think I might Will-O-Wisp and Glacial Lens here. I don't really remember. I do take a high horsepower, which I live. I go for a knockoff because I wanted in damage, and I go for a Glacial Lens. Now here I'm like, okay, if I kill them here, I can't kill both this turn, because if I do that, then I will then they can get in Whimsicott and Miraidon at the same time and get up Tailwind. That wouldn't be good for me. So I just here I protect. I think it's just a stall a turn because I wanted to take them out. But here I do. This play might seem weird, but it's because I don't want them to I really don't want them to just get a ton of pressure. Obviously this play would have been a lot better. Here, I just believe I just parting shot here to get positioning. So I'm like, okay, I just need to get in damage, so I get in Landorus. Now, I switch out into Incineroar here, because, oh, why did I do that? I actually don't remember why I did it, but I know I had a good reason for it. But I honestly don't know now. Anyway, they realizing that we're really fast, they go for a Moonblast into it. I think, yeah, that's right, because I was like, they're most likely not, that's right, they're most likely not targeting Landorus, they're more likely to attack Miraidon. So I switched in Incineroar so I can take out both, and then have what they call fake out the next turn. However, because there's no terrain, the Farigiraf lives, but it's actually a good thing because they go for a Trick Room. But the problem with going for Trick Room is that, of course, they still got up Tailwind, so my Incineroar is faster, and I guess in this case slower than their Calyrex. Meaning that, yeah, that's unfortunate for them. I'm honestly surprised that Farigiraf lives that. It must be especially bulky. And here I'm like, okay, we can't lose this game. We can't lose the game. We're pretty sure. So I think I Dazzling Gleam and I think I Parting Shot, just to be safe. I Parting Shot out, get in Landorus, and I go for a Dazzling Gleam. I'm convinced I am slower. I'm faster than them, but they just go for an Electro Drift, which obviously wins me the game. Yeah, honestly, the only way they really could win this was with Dazzling Gleam, so I don't know why they went with that. But anyway, we fake out here, and then we take them out. So I'm like, okay, we win game 1. Alright, so then there's game 2. In game 2, I lead the same since it worked in game 1, and I don't see a reason to have to overcomplicate. And then we ran Iron Heads. I'm like, okay, the problem here is they have fake out. The good thing is, Landorus and Mirana are both threatening a ton of damage, so I go for Sandshear Storm and Terra Fairy Dazzling Gleam. Because I want damage on both of them, I know it's pretty risky to Sandshear Storm, but I'm up a game, so I feel like it is definitely worth it. Then I go for a Terra Fairy Dazzling Gleam, so I don't die to a Terra Fairy Dazzling Gleam on my own side. However, they just fake out Landorus, but they don't Terra, meaning that they lose their Miraidon and take so much damage on their Iron Hands. And at this point, the game looks pretty bad. I U-turn because I got faked out. I can choose my move again into my Calyrex, meaning I don't take any damage. I then Dazzling Gleam, do a ton of damage to Calyrex and take out Iron Hands. They click an attack, and they get a crit on my Miraidon. But at this point, the game is 120% over. They do live here and go for a foul play. That's the problem. If they realistically wanted to have a chance of winning, they needed to click Trick Room, but they just die there. That's probably because they're spatially bulky. Yeah, so I take round 1. I'm very happy with that. I feel like I played well. And there's Red Light. So I will see you when I got the replays for game 2. Okay, we're back here with game 2, and in round 2, in the second round I was playing against a Koraidon Calyrex Shadow team. This one looked super aggressive, and in round 1 I actually didn't really know what to do against it. This is, I believe, the only set where I didn't realize that you could actually save all 3 games. I honestly only thought you could do 2, so I don't have the second game, but I can probably remember it. So we'll just start the game. I lead with Miraidon and Landorus, and they lead with Indeedee and Calyrex Shadow. This is not a lead I expected at all. So here I'm like, okay, well, I'll just attack. Turns out they go for Helping Hand, Terracilla, Ashwarage, which, yeah, they OHKOs both my mons. And the worst part is, I could actually still have won. I just overpredict here. I think they're gonna follow me here so they don't die, but they actually don't. So helping again. The worst part is, if I protected here, if I protected this turn and knocked off the next turn, I could Terra Water and Trick Room, and I would win because they didn't have Terra anymore. Which is, unfortunate. So I lose the first game. I'm like, okay, I don't think I can win. In the second game, I get up Trick Room like immediately and just win the game on the spot because my opponent can't deal with Trick Room. So like, I don't remember how it went because it's a bit of a blur, but basically I get up Trick Room with Calyrex and I have Iron Hands and Calyrex on the field and my opponent can't win because the team is just too fast. Now going to game 3. I have Calyrex and Incineroar versus Iron Valiant, Iron Crown and Indeedee. Now, I immediately kinda made a misplay here. I go for knockoff and Glacial Lance Terra Water so I don't die to a Terrakion Cutter. And I had a feeling they weren't going to do that, so they actually just Terra Ground Terra Blast, helping him, which takes out Incineroar. Though I do get the kill on their Iron Crown, which gets the Terra and attack boost plus 55% on the Indeedee. So I switch in Urshifu and click a Glacial Lance. Now that I'm really thinking about it, if I had clicked Trick Room here, I would have won the game, like on the spot. I don't know why I didn't do that. I wasn't thinking about it. So here, I protect my Calyrex not to lose it and then just Wicked Blow since I can't Sucker Punch. And because of the Beat of Ruin of the Chi-Yu, I actually die. My last Pokemon is Landorus, who, now, an important thing to know is that Landorus conventionally is faster than Chi-Yu, but due to the fact that I'm modest and not timid, there's a chance that they have a timid, Chi-Yu, which means they might be able to hit me with a Dark Pulse and potentially flinch me, but they're most likely not. Thankfully, I get it right. I take out their Calyrex. I then take a lot of damage from their Chi-Yu and then take them out with a high power. So I take round 2, which I'm at this point very happy about, and I feel like did very well. I believe there's no more games where I didn't save all the games because I found out of tricks. So yeah, this was honestly a match where I thought I had lost after the first game because like literally I just got destroyed. It was just bam bam, and the worst part is I could actually have won because their team is just so goddamn offensive. But yeah, I will see you guys when I've pulled up round 3. Hello everybody again. Remember when I said this was gonna be the last round where I fucked up? Well, it turns out I effed up again. Cause I did save game 1, I just didn't do it right apparently. So you guys will have to do it with game 2 now. In this round I was playing against Koraidon, and I don't think it's the worst round not having both games in, because I can tell you how game 1 went. It was, I believe it wasn't even close to be. I will mention that I got pretty destroyed, but I will mention that my Calyrex did get burned, so I couldn't really put off as much damage, and like I could maybe have done more, but basically I didn't really know what to do, and in game 2 I had no idea as well. So I leave it with Mydon, Iron Hands, and I don't know how this is supposed to counter this lead. Immediately I do the one thing I'm not supposed to ask, because I have Calyrex in the back, so I need to save the Terra, and I'm worried that we're speed time me and Fluttermane. So I make the worst mistake. I went for Terra Fairy here and Electric Drift. That doesn't help me Dog Water. Like sure, I get a ton of damage here. Now here I could actually have gotten a good position, because if I win the speed type with Koraidon, I can take out their Chi-Yu, and I would be in a 2v3 situation without my Terra, but still possible. But I lose the speed type, I get O-code. This wouldn't have happened if I hadn't fucking gone for Terra Fairy like an idiot. Cause now I have a Calyrex that doesn't do what? It can't do anything, it's too frail. I need them to miss an attack. And well, it turns out they're actually SPAPS boosting, they're special attack boosting and not speed boosting. Which I didn't know. Then they crit me with a Dazzling Gleam, which take out both. Yeah. To say this game, I honestly made I made a lot of mistakes, and honestly, also, if I hadn't used my Terra and I had Terra Poison, I could have taken out Fluttermane there. So that wouldn't even have been that good for me. The worst part is, even if I hadn't effed up, I would have still lost because they got a crit. Yeah, not I wouldn't say. I would say I definitely didn't get lucky that games, but I don't think the luck would have. Maybe it would change the win, but I don't think so. So yeah, round 3 didn't go very well, and I honestly think it's alright that we didn't watch it. So yeah, I think I could have played better, but honestly, I didn't really get I didn't get any straws in this game, that's for sure. But anyway, we'll hopefully come back with a full round 4, and I'll see you there. Alright everybody, we are back. I have good news and bad news. The good news is I got all 3 games here for you, so we can review all of them. The bad news are we're playing Summer Center Cadillac Shadow Rider. Oh man, this matchup was a pain. Like literally, I have no idea how I even won a single game in this matchup. Holy Arceus. The thing is, the matchup isn't actually that bad because Landorus is just really good here. Scarf Landorus, but the thing is, I didn't use it that well in this game. So let's go to game 1. So in game 1, I lead Incineroar and Landorus because I know they'll just use Figure Out here. The problem is, I know I have to slower Incineroar because I don't have a speed. I actually remove speed on this thing. So I just get faded here. I go for an Earth Power and then take an Astral Barrage. Barely take an Astral Barrage. And they switch out and protect here. And I think I Earth Power, which means I get a bit of chip and knock off. Now here I think I just double attack to take out Calyrex, if I'm not wrong. I just switch out. This was a that's right, they just Grassy Light. I don't know, like I didn't think of this play now. Already this is looking pretty bad. Thankfully, however, I do have Iron Hands in the back, which does a lot to it. Though I do have to eat a Wood Hammer and I Piling Shot out. Now, the only way I really win here is to get up Trick Room, which turns out their Incineroar actually has Taunt. The thing is that, like, just the Calyrex is, they think their Incineroar has Taunt, but it wasn't in. It was like the worst timing it, like it could be out and wasn't there. Thankfully I have Terra Box, so I don't have to take a ton of damage from that. I Trick Room and low kick into the Calyrex. This might seem like a bad turn, but it's actually really good because now I have 2 really good Pokemon in a Trick Room. They double protect here. I am getting a bit worried about like them just going for a what's it called? Them just going for a White Guard. It's a problem now. Unfortunately, they are Rocky Helmet and Incineroar, which is the set I wasn't hoping for. So thankfully, I do take it out here. Though I only have 1 single turn left of Trick Room, and I gotta make it count. But I can just fake out here. So I switch in Incineroar, so I fake out the next turn, and I protect. This play is pretty safe because they'll probably never go to body pressing into Iron Hands. Now I can go for a fake out and Trick Room, and there's nothing they can do since they don't have what's it called, Iron Hands. Nah, what the fuck? Incineroar into taunt me. By the way, I didn't know that they had taunt. I just assumed they didn't have it, cause I thought they would just use it. At this point, my opponent is really far behind. I just high horsepower here. I made a mistake of fully risping Summer Center. I should have really risked Rillaboom if I was going to high horsepower, but it doesn't matter, I miss. The thing is, at this point, they're just taking too much damage, and now high horsepower plus knockoff is a save when I have too many turns left of Trick Room. And you might think, alright, this game actually looks pretty dominant, and I agree. This actually looked pretty good. Now, the reason why it was so dominant was because I got Trick Room. However, I didn't realize that getting up Trick Room wasn't as easy, because in the second game, I believe I lead the same. My opponent, however, makes a great adjustment by fake outing into Landorus. What does differently here means that Landorus actually gets KO'd immediately instead of being able to get off another attack. This is of course a lot worse for me. Yes, I get them like a good amount of damage, but still it's not great. I get in Calyrex, and I think I just protect the knockoff. Even that's right. I'm like, they're probably protecting So I go for Trick Room and knock off. However, they have taunt, which I didn't even see they had. So I think I just knock off in high horsepower. Not a parting shot. Oh, okay, a parting shot into Iron Hands. And a Glacial Lance, yeah. This obviously doesn't get much of this turn, and I think I don't actually go for the fake out. Interesting. I low kick here and Glacial Lance, which means I actually get a ton of damage, and the problem is that I'm gonna take a lot from this Rillaboom. And I also think I think I switch out here, but they get the read right, and I just end up doing a not so strong low kick. Yeah, they get it right and they take out my thing here. A low kick and do a solid amount of damage. Now, there's no way I win anymore, so I can't get up Trick Room because they can always taunt me, and I'm pretty much screwed. They just Iron Defense here. I do crit them. However, the crit really doesn't matter. I also get low rolls here. I don't think I could OHKO them and I kill them at this rate either, but unfortunate. I do die to a what's it called? A wood hammer, and if they had just not lived on that, if I just had a bit more HP, they would have died to the recall and would have won. Unfortunately, I don't, because as you can see, I barely live, but they can just wood hammer. So they take game 2. Now, unfortunately, I go with the same strat because I thought it worked. I mean, it worked the first game, so surely it can work again. But I switch up my leads. I'm getting tired of just like watching this game. I was like really exhausted after the first game, so I couldn't really think that well. This honestly is worse than my like other ones. Cause like yeah, I got him down to Sash, but like yeah. So here they get a really weird rewrite because I don't click Trick Room and they knock off. If I clicked Trick Room there, it would have been probably GG's, but because they got this very niche read right, yeah, that's unfortunate. I didn't take out the Incineroar here. However, this is a 2v2 I definitely can win, because they can just body press, Calyrex, and fake out Iron Hands. There's nothing I can do. Like nothing. Even if I had protected here, it wouldn't matter. So yeah, I lose this round. I don't actually realize what I'm supposed to do. I do actually think about what I could do from. Oops. I do actually think about what I can do for if I get against this matchup again, but it's pretty bad for me. So alright, that was round 4. Yeah. So I'm 2-2 and it's round 4. And I'm thinking at this point, alright, we'll get to like a 3-3. I feel like that's pretty much my range. Like 3-3. I can win some, but I probably also lose some. So yeah, I will see you guys in round 5.